opened up the playpen. We took out the baby maker and opened up the playpen.
Yeah.
Sweetie.
I couldn't stand the stink in there if I went in his lobby or his apartment, you know what I mean? Them guys are nasty, you know that, right? And black people don't take a bath. Oh my God. They get these what they call ringworms in their head. Oh my God. And to talk about lice. Oh my God. And the women are just as nasty. Oh God, no. I was like, what the? Oh. They stink that bad. Oh. And their clothes are probably all just ugh, you know. Oh my God. Yeah, I had one of them.
Alright, guys. This is another Mr. Obvious. This is right before Mako and me and everybody threw their hat in the ring on exposing this dude. This is 3 months ago. 198 views because people like the drama. Mr. Obvious. People like that shit. They don't subscribe and watch certain videos because of Barry Beamer. They watch it because they want to hear the stupid shit he's going to ramble on about. Same reason people click on our videos. Stupid shit to ramble on about. That's why I was smart enough to, when this Barry shit started off, to make it in my head that if Barry went a step further, I would create another channel for drama.
I mean, you can go look at our main. It's not ours. It's Austin's main channel. If I say ours, I don't mean ours. This is his channel. I mean, I'm not into all. He just brings me along for the comedy and the ride. But
he's the talent.
Today, I guess he got a couple comments, and one was like, "I wouldn't want to be your fucking neighbor. You know, basically bring your property values down." Go look at our channel. We didn't knock that comment out, and he didn't knock that comment out, block it, and attack the guy.
No, unlike Barry.
And the other one was like, those ain't cars. Those are fucking expensive lawn ornaments or some shit. And go look at how he handled the situation. He handled his subscriber, because he understands that every subscriber, every watcher is a possible subscriber, and everybody has a right to their opinion about things.
Exactly.
I mean,
I didn't look at him and say...
You have to believe what they said was true for it to bother you.
I didn't look at him and say, look, dude, fuck you. Your opinion's done. I'll show you. The one dude, I was like, LOL, you're damn right. And ain't none of them going to see the road ever again. Take it away from him. Like, Dad's taught me that my whole life. You get a bully, name everything that they're going to fucking say so that way they look stupid. They're going to just look at you. Hence why when Barry comes at me with no teeth, Lionel's blanket, I laugh it off. Fuck you. I don't care what you got to say. They just pointing out the obvious.
Listen, here's what has to happen. You either have to feel some type of way about yourself for it to go to the point where Barry takes it to, or you have to believe it's true, or you have to, I mean, if you know who you are and you're comfortable in your skin and you can look at yourself as not a perfect person, as a flawed person that makes mistakes, then you should be able to take somebody's fucking mouth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to an extent, you know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, you can't hit everybody in the mouth that calls you a punk bitch. You can't do it. You would spend more time in jail.
And trust me,
I know. I mean, you just can't do it, man. People are going to talk. People's going to talk shit. How you handle somebody that calls you a punk bitch and they threaten you is you go up to them and say, now you're my bitch unless you put your hands on me because you threatened me, motherfucker. I never said I was going to hit you. So from here on out, when I see you, you're a bitch. And then you're going to put their hands on you like they said, or they're not, and then you own them after that.
So let's get into this. I just want to say that Barry hasn't really done this shit because we've all proved that he's a fucking... Barry said, and if I have to, I'll redo the video, another video of it. Barry said if there was a Mopar swap meet in Indianapolis, Indiana, right up the road from us, me and Dad were going, for a month straight, people, he was on there talking about bringing his friends to jump me. He was going to break my fucking legs is what he said on live. He was going to hurt me. This is that man. But never showed up to give me the... That's what I'm saying. Barry is a bitch.
I mean...
But guess who did show up?
He brags on it. He goes on to tell a story about how him and I think it's the assault charge that he has back in the early 2000s. He goes on to tell a story about how one of his buddy's cars got burnt, and then his buddy went to handle it with the dude, and his buddy got his ass handed to him. So Barry and his buddy and that Super Saiyan go back and jump this dude, the three of them on one, 3 grown men on one fucking man, and bragging about it like it's a badge of honor, like he's got some kind of fucking. He thinks it makes him cool, man. I mean,
That's
how
some
many
bitch
people
shit.
watching this think it's okay for 3 motherfuckers to jump on one motherfucker unless they're a pedophile?
Then, like, what that one YouTuber says, stab, 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 stab.
Right. I mean, you gotta be careful what you're saying. Don't podcast shit.
All right, let's get into this.
Because every time Austin makes a comment on anybody's channel, like Buck Ocean, puts something shit in there about pedophiles and
Barry, you're somebody who reports it to
yeah,
the
the
thing.
comment gets took down. It's like they protect pedophiles.
See here, Maxwell's video was Beamer the Inbred, his channel. He was a piece of shit. He's got no videos, no subs. Also,
because he's
he
just a
says,
watcher. He's not a YouTuber.
You're a
Barry can't fucking comprehend, okay, folks? Now, a lot of these are just made up just to fuck with him. They literally made the channel name and everything just to fuck with you, buddy. Just so you would do this.
Well, I mean, if the channel's been made for 4 or 5 years, how's that work? Too?
Well, most of these channel names are Beamer, the Inbred. Like, come on.
Oh, yeah. I'm not talking about that one. Okay, yeah. I mean, the channel like that, you're 100% on. I regress. I'm an idiot. Like I said.
job mechanic, piece of shit black for hillbillies with no A-A-R.
Didn't you write it, Barry? Once again, didn't you write this? You don't know what you wrote?
Like, I can't even read that.
Looks like a bunch of nines.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can't talk.
I'm telling you, I'll bet you dollars to donuts Barry Beamer can't read and write. So
that
the
looks
board
like.
writes this shit for him.
I don't even know what the fuck that would be. I mean, that's supposed to be also, but that don't look like no A. On.
I mean, he wants to talk about everybody else being stupid and ignorant.
I'm like, can anybody else read that? Like, without Barry reading it. Can you read it?
What do you mean without? Barry can't read it. He's trying right now. His own writing. I mean.
And then, Barry, you're not a hillbilly. Hillbillies
You're
are.
less than an hillbilly,
Yeah.
Bob. You're a leech on society, on your family, on your kid. You name it, you'll leech onto it and suck that motherfucker
Maxwell,
dry.
you needed to stay in school longer, dude. You can't even spell.
What do you mean? You he wrote that shit. Keep in mind, he wrote that shit on the paper, guys. Who can't spell, motherfucker? So you wrote it verbatim? I mean, is that what you're saying? In case you don't know what verbatim means, Barry, that means word per word.
Fuck me.
Letter per letter. I mean,
Barry, you're a fucking dipshit.
you can't make. That's why I kept telling you he's a joke. I mean, I tried to tell you that shit.
Oh,
He's
fuck.
an idiot. He is somebody who has for 40 years has hustled, stole, conned, whatever he had to do to get these fucking cars, so he could feel like a big shot with all these cars rotting around him, his house falling down around him. I mean, he's 61 and his kid's already taking care of him, man.
Barry watch, don't ask for him. Hey, Dad, Barry's insurance company's Progressive.
Well, that don't mean shit, man. I get shit from Progressive all the time. I mean, but
Important.
it ain't Barry's insurance that should have known about him out there bouncing on a lawnmower 2 weeks after his wreck. It would be her insurance company that would need to know that, or the investigator, or his lawyer, or
No place vaulting. 89 conflict. I can't fucking read this. Merch 2 2014. I'm assuming that's a date. No subs. No vids. Jesus, Barry, dude, you are a fucking
Then this
retard.
Duke Shirtwinkle said he has he's got no videos, no subs. He says no place, nothing but a D9 couldn't fix. And he's been on YouTube since March of 2nd of 2014.
Barry, what you're writing, that could be an A. Must be A's.
Shirtwinkle. And Maxwell, you go to hell too. We already covered that on the last video, but we didn't say who it was.
Hey, Barry, we'll see you
I
there.
swear to God, this man can't even afford a notebook. man.
Bulldozer, Jukes.
I'll guarantee every ink pen this
So now
motherfucker
we got
owns came from
another
a
guy
bank.
named Michael Leonard.
I want you all to think about something, okay? If me and Dad are the only people that dislike Barry Beamer, then why would he have to do a Mr. Obvious for like a year before we even start on him?
Right.
Like, think about it. Barry, you're not liked.
And I wouldn't have been cool with starting on him, man, if he didn't cross the line, if he would have been like, oh man, I didn't realize what that word meant, so that's not what he said. And then he goes even further to talk about mixed-race babies and black people having ringworms in their heads, and I mean, I wouldn't be fucking with him, man, because he don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? He don't affect my day-to-day life. But a piece of shit like this don't deserve to get ahead. And then come to find out he likes post-puberty girls. He's 61. Let's get this shit right, man. This dude ain't even 30, and I wouldn't be cool with a 30-year-old wanting to fuck with an 18. But I would be more cool with it than fucking this.
You know what I'm shocked on a serious note? You know what I'm shocked? I'm shocked he hasn't came out and threw Ryan underneath the bus for it.
Oh, I mean,
Saying it's Ryan.
Right. I mean, it's a fact, man, that if he's ever been at your house and you have a granddaughter or a daughter that is fairly good looking, might have come out in her night clothes, Barry got a feeling in his tummy just like you get when you look at what you're attracted to. He got the same feeling about that you get when you look at your wife or whatever turns you on. He gets that same feeling when he looked at your fucking kids, folks.
Or he's a friend. You got a friend.
That's what I'm saying.
He's got an old lady that's cute. And Barry finds attractive.
Listen, man, if you got a friend that's got a pretty old lady and she's your age, of course you're going to think she's attractive.
I'm saying
that's
if you were
You're talking about he had a young friend that had a young old lady. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, that would be wrong.
So let's get into this. I mean, Barry, you can't fucking spell, which I can't. So I guess we're the same on that one, buddy.
There was a guy, Leonard. It was
but
Fox.
at least I can spell
Leonard
somewhat.
Nimoy. What do you think you are? Leonard? Do you think, Michael, you think you're Leonard Nimoy? You try to put logic to everything. He says he's been on YouTube for 12 years, one video.
It doesn't say, is that supposed to say Lemoy Barry?
He says, a 15-year-old could have put that motor in it.
Oh, okay, Barry. That is partially true, buddy. Let's face the facts. Okay, on an old carbureted engine like that, it doesn't take a fucking rocket science to put one in. Not even on a newer engine does it take that. No, it's simple. If you can pull bolts and remember where the bolts go, you could swap an engine.
Hell, folks, it's simpler than that. When you take a bolt out, you put it after you take off what you put it back in the hole. I mean, listen, even on the LS and the new Hemis and all these new engines, I mean, the plugs might all look the same, but most wiring harnesses got memory to them. Once you take them off, they kind of fall. When you lay them back out, they kind of fall back where they look. And just because the plugs look the same, they have different ends on them. They won't all plug into the wrong sockets. You're not gonna get a bunch wrong. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not hard to swap a motor.
No, when did I start?
I am by no means a mechanic, man. I mean,
what?
I don't diagnose people's shit. I mean,
what?
Unless it's old shit. But.
What? The first one I did was that fucking truck of jocks. But you, I was probably what, 13, 14?
Or something, yeah.
That truck caused Dad to have a heart attack.
I did have a heart attack right there. Yeah. That's when I had my heart attack.
Hey Barry, you think you got it rough? Hey Dad, when did you have your heart attack? Your first heart attack?
I don't know, man. It had to be when I was 32. I don't remember. I was in my young 30s.
Me and Dad were doing an engine swap. My mom told him he got up one morning and his chest was hurting. My mom told him to lay back down.
Told me to shut the fuck up, go back to bed, and nothing wrong with me. And I got to the hospital. I was fucking. I say 98% blocked, but I was as blocked as I could be. They called it a widowmaker. I had a widowmaker. And, so they rushed me from. And I drove clear to Clinton like that, yep. And then because I didn't want to go to Terrell Hospital, and then they rushed me back to the ambulance to Terrell Hospital to put a stent in. But then 2 weeks later, I was diagnosed with diabetes. So that was fucking awesome.
First of all, it's not a motor. That's an engine, okay?
Then a couple years later, I'm diagnosed with fucking cirrhosis. And my mom dies from that shit.
Barry, you and your boy call it a motor all the fucking time. And if you want, I could pull up all the videos where you called it a motor.
That's what I mean. Hypocrite, man. I mean.
Let's jump into what he said. A 15-year-old, any 15-year-old nowadays ain't like a Dale Earnhardt.
Barry.
A Dale Earnhardt? What the hell is he saying? Hold on, what's he saying? Ain't like a what?
Ain't like a Dale Earnhardt. They can't swap a motor.
Dale Earnhardt probably didn't swap his own motor. Maybe when he first started, but once he became a driver, he didn't swap his own motors either, Barry. So there's a stupid ass asinine statement there too. He had a crew that would do all that.
And Barry, I know plenty of kids my age that could out mechanic you in a fucking heartbeat. Me being one of them. At least I can make a point system work.
That's where we live.
Beamer.
I mean, in the areas we've always lived in, I mean, people have to fix their own shit.
Work on a car. Okay, all the 15-year-olds I know, and even older, can't even change the spark plug.
But hold on, I'm going to agree with you.
Kind of like your boy. Kind of like your boy, Barry, huh?
I'm going to puke. I can't say it. Just I empathize with you, Barry, on that one. I mean, these kids, this newer generation is wow.
I've always said, you guys, I was born in the wrong generation. With people I grew up with, we're people like me and that feel like me. We're the last of
with him, dude. I mean, bar. But.
We're the last of a dying breed.
Change the oil in that engine, okay? There's no way a 15-year-old could pull that engine out and put it back.
He could, but they don't have the desire. It's not their capabilities that is the problem. It's the feeling of entitlement. It's the laziness. It's
The work.
It's not that they couldn't, Barry. You're making it sound like they're just not smart enough to do it, and that's not. I mean, I know plenty of smart kids that's just fucking lazy. I mean, seriously. I mean, I know plenty of smart young people, man.
Yeah.
But they're just lazy, man.
See, I want to talk to you guys.
They never had to work because mom and dad gave them everything. There you go, Barry. You got something in common with this newer generation. See, I know I can put something there. I mean, and that's a fact. Anybody watching this knows that's true. He is just like this newer generation. Never had to fucking work for nothing. And I'm not saying all of them, guys. Don't start hating me. I'm not saying all of them, but
Good portion.
I mean,
But I want to point something out, you guys. I understand being like, kind of like dumb fuck, right? You see a project and you just think, God, this is gonna suck. My LTZ doing a steering fucking bushing on it. I was sitting there thinking, this is gonna suck ass. But then you gotta, at some point, you gotta be like, oh, I can either fucking shit or get off the pot.
listen, Barry, in Barry's world, and this is a fact, and I put my life on this. Barry's overwhelmed because with just a little bit of shit we got with the house and everything else, I get overwhelmed. It's like you get so much on you. Where the fuck do you start? But what you do is you put your big boy pants on every morning. You get up and you start on something, and you focus on that one thing and get it done. You know what I mean? And then move on to the next thing. I promise, in Barry's world, that motherfucker is like a squirrel in a nut factory. His mind can't do nothing. He's overwhelmed. He talks about being depressed now because your whole fucking life is shit.
Hey, Dad.
I mean,
my whole life, dude, what's one of my biggest things? When I start something, what don't I usually do?
finish it.
I usually get that tunnel vision and realize something's hard, and I usually try to move on to something else
He
knowing.
used to be when he was young. I mean, not so much anymore.
Oh. Barry, I'm like you, man. I couldn't play video games as a kid because once a video game I couldn't beat it, I said fuck it and got rid of it.
And I had a father, first of all, that was interested in this stuff.
A stepfather.
And it would be
I'm willing
willing
to
to
bet.
teach him. And of course, to have a son that's willing to.
Opinion, not fact. Just in case.
He's talking
Barry's
about
his
kids now.
law-
He's talking about kids nowadays.
I know, but he said, I had a father that would teach me. Barry just said, I had a father that would teach me. I said stepfather. And that's just my opinion at this point. It's my opinion. In case Barry's got this legal team, this big-ass legal team is going to dump his whole $12,000 he got.
You don't.
It's
No.
my opinion. I can have an opinion about you, Barry. There's no laws against it, folks. And if you ever worry about Barry going to see you, just talk about it like you have an opinion. Opinions are legal. Slander's not.
I want to point something out on a serious note, you map. The kid has to be interested in the stuff. I saw a 69 GTO Judge. That car got me into cars. I liked the way the car looked. And ever since then, I've liked classic cars. Because that 68 GTO Judge sitting in a junkyard, just something about it. And ever since then, I've been into classic cars. Have I or have I not? Dad used to have a 70 Camaro? Love that
One
car.
of the cars I got rid of that I wish I'd never get rid of because I get what Barry's saying about things because, dude, I paid $600 for that Camaro and it was pretty solid. I mean, it was just as solid as my Buick out there. I mean, it was probably more solid when I first got it. I mean, And then I end up selling it, man. And now you can't touch one. You're not going to find one of them for $600. And the guy delivered it to my house with a tow truck from about 40 miles away for $600. I mean, so I empathize with him not wanting to sell his cars,
And he
but
says, I'll give you $100.
it's how you handle it.
Okay, this is the best one.
For the 73 Olds Omega. $100, you couldn't even buy a piece of trim off it, kid.
Okay, Barry, you're a fucking idiot. $100, you could probably buy any piece of trim you wanted. You could probably buy a front grille for that. It's nothing special. It's not one-off, Barry. You fucking idiot.
Leonard Nimoy, you're a dumbass. You're
Is that how
a
you spell
jackass.
Nimoy?
You don't know your butt from a hole in the ground, kid.
No.
Come to my channel trying to shit on my
Fox.
channel. And for you
Off the
guys
Star
that
Trek.
out there that don't
That's
understand
not-
what the
we don't say
Mr.
that.
Obvious show is, this is a rant video, guys. Okay? So I created the Mr. Obvious show, and what
Yeah,
guys
and
my
we-
ears,
and-
Listen, every time Beamer says okay, does anybody watch South Park?
Leonard, okay?
Who the hell does he remind you when he goes,
Leonard
okay?
Nimoy.
Okay.
He reincarnated. I brought back Leonard Nimoy.
Hey, Barry.
Spock.
And me and my dad and Mako and his dad killed
Your
Mr.
life
Obvious.
doesn't work,
We
okay?
fucking shot him point blank and he's
15-year-old
done.
in the year 2023 can't even work on a bicycle. More or less a whole
Barry,
car.
you fucked that up in yourself. I mean,
I don't know what planet you're on.
I wouldn't- Barry, I
You're
wouldn't
still
fucking
talking.
ride a bicycle that you have built.
The
Dumbass.
younger generation, man, they don't realize how good they got it, man. I mean, when I
Anyways,
started
some
working,
other
I started my first job at Hardin
Black
was
Belt
$3 an
524
hour.
says, you have a great son.
I mean,
You know what, Black Belt, you're right. My son is the best son that ever lived.
Only because he paid your fucking bills and he's the ends to a mean, Barry.
Well, he helped Dad put that engine in. He helped me.
Yeah, neither one of you fucking guys noticed the fucking dent in the oil
And
pan.
of course, I had to figure out where the chassis mounts were going to go.
Mike, it's hard, Barry. I mean, you make it sound like it's something fucking. I mean, it was made for that engine. So what did you do? Put the bolts in a different hole,
Put it in there and whatever.
dumbass? I mean,
Oh, it's over.
I mean, he makes it sound like he had to map this shit out and
So,
had to do it a custom install.
Alrighty, guys. So I'm gonna give our final thoughts and everything right now because this is our last video. Well, the one we just did was the last video. Tomorrow is Easter. Well, let's see here. It's after 12 o'clock.
Yeah, it's Easter.
12/13. Happy Easter, everybody. Hope you guys have a great day. Barry, I hope that you fucking get gonorrhea of the testiculars and lose your testicles this Easter. Other than that, today, me and Dad are going to go for a walk, and we're going to run through his accident, his rollover, on camera, tell you guys the story. Pretty interesting. And, yeah, unlike Dad didn't roll 20 times, did you, Dad?
I mean, look at NASCAR, man. Think about the logic in it, folks. 20 truck. I don't care if it's a Honda Civic. 20 fucking times. How fast was he going? I mean, to roll 20 fucking times.
Well, we got the proof that
Yeah, I
he
mean,
fucking shows that he's a liar.
I mean, he's just an idiot, man.
Hey, Dad, have you ever seen that many tires stacked? Like, he's got
I am
tires
shocked
everywhere.
I am shocked this fucking dude did not try to start a GoFundMe page to help you. I mean,
He's too stupid to figure that one out. Dad, you ever seen anybody with that many fucking tires laying around?
no, and it's dangerous to all his neighbors. I mean, fucking, can you imagine the mosquitoes in that neighborhood?
Like, there's tires, there's blocks, there's water bottles,
It's hordes. It's a hordes of junk. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's just junk, man. I mean, he don't even have running water. What do you need a garden hose for, Barry? I mean,
And, like, why don't you have it on a spool up by your house? I'm just curious.
can you imagine the mosquitoes and the smell? The smell that has to... Because think about this. Them cats are on the porch, right? 30 cats. You think them cats go to the grass to piss? No, they piss right on that plywood. And it don't have no way for it to run off. Even if it did have a regular deck on it, eventually it would stain the deck with cat urine. Have you ever smelled a tomcat spray? That's why we don't do cats around here. I mean, can you imagine the fucking smell on that fucking property, dude?
I'm gonna be honest, guys, I'm not a cat person. I've never really been. I'm a dog person. Dogs are loyal to a fault, and that's what's sad. These dogs, dude, they're loyal. Dogs are the most loyalist, loving thing. I mean, Barry's proof. You could not feed a dog for months at a time, and that dog would be willing to kill for you, because dogs have unconditional fucking love for you.
And that's why a lot of people like
Yeah.
cats, because cats are like attitude like, fuck you, I don't need you.
Exactly. Daddy didn't give me enough love as a kid, and I need to feel love. That's why I like dogs.
That's not why I'm not a cat person. I mean, I'm not a cat person because I grew up with cats. I've seen what they do to your house, what they do to your fucking and I don't want to hear if you change the litter box. If you got more than 2 or 3 cats in the house, fuck a litter box. Your house is a litter box.
I mean, dogs on their hand, like I said, they're low. I mean, Barry, he don't feed his dogs regularly. Anyways, he gives them bread and shit like that. I guarantee Barry's right on this. Them dogs will be willing to fight to the death for him if need be.
Listen,
And it's because they love you, Barry. You're their owner. You know, they recognize you as one of them.
my beef with Barry and them animals is the cats you don't spay. You don't spay and you don't rehome the kittens, so they inbreed.
Yep.
Those are facts, folks. It's not conjecture. Out of Barry's own words, I don't rehome my kittens. With his dogs. Dogs are susceptible, especially with what he feeds his dogs, they're susceptible. I can't talk to that. Sorry. They're prone to heartworms, worms in general. What about their shots, Barry? You don't give them their shots, man. You don't treat them. You feed them a bunch of junk and table scraps and shit, and probably raw meat and everything else, which is what would give a dog worm quicker than shit. And you don't worm your fucking dog, so don't act like you love your animals, man, because it's not really expensive. I mean, but you love them. But you watch them. I promise a lot of them animals have died from heartworms and shit like that. I promise they have. Because his whole thing about a dog dying of lead poisoning because he got shot with dead pellets, bullshit. It's fiction.
Well, they do have an AK-47 with unlimited ammo.
I know a person that's got 3 bullets in them. 3 bullets still in them. And they're still alive. They've been living for fucking years like that. Because one was lodged by his spine too close, they can't take it out. The surgery was too risky. One was in his neck by his spine again, they couldn't get it out. The other in his lower back by his groin, they can't get it out.
So
now, I haven't seen the guy in a couple of years, so maybe he's dead now, but I promise it ain't from lead poisoning.
So, no, knowing you, it's probably drugs.
He's a biker. I mean.
So with that being said, fuck you, Barry. Hope you guys have a great and wonderful Easter. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Well, Easter Eve or Easter night. And hopefully between now and then, Barry actually does some car content. You know, he's showing him actually wrenching and
that's the other
doing
thing.
something
I mean,
decent.
why didn't he film any of that? He has a garage. He comes out and shows you what they fix. Why didn't he film any of the fixing? Because it would show nothing because nobody did shit. It's just him talking what they've done.
Well, you know what it would be? It's probably because that dude didn't want to hear Barry in his ear going,
No, nope. It just registered in my head. It's got to be your mom, man, talking to me. It's probably because they don't want their face associated with this motherfucker.
Yep.
They don't want nobody, because he don't call these people by their real names. Yep. They probably don't want nobody to know that they're around this motherfucker.
Yep.
He's paying them to be there.
So, as always, like I said, see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Fuck you, Barry. Dad.
Fuck you, Barry. And on the count of 3.
1, 2, 3. Leave them kids alone. Hey, Barry. Why don't you go out tomorrow on Easter and do a special video dedicated to me and Mako, and take that pickle out of your ass, and then prove that that's a Cobra Jet.
I loved it when you called him a pickle smoocher. That was fucking awesome, dude.